Welcome to another edition of All Ball Chicago. I'm your co-host Robert Bobby Reed, and I got the legend, the NBA veteran, the McDonald All-American, your host Marcus living in the building. What's up, Marcus?
What's up, my beautiful people? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey man, remind me of when you did that at your retirement, man. Hey, I ran over there to you at your jersey retirement. You closing out the crowd with up. It was like it was a rock
Hey, man. It's a crazy little world we living in, man. I'm just glad we can get back, you know, um, on our all ball Chicago and start, kicking this thing back off again for the new year. Because we haven't been on since the new year,
no.
and
Oh, we
and
haven't, right?
no, man. I mean,
Dang.
it's good to be back, and seeing, and hearing things that's going on in this sports world, man. From youth all the way up to the pros. It's just been a lot of things happening, man. People complaining about the AAU circuit, people complaining about the NIL and now the gambling and the pros and the pros, the professional NBA players don't seem like they like to play anymore. They're just all about the bread. So it's been a lot, man. Lot.
And that's why we here because we want to know your perspective on it. You've been a big time
Yeah.
prep athlete. You've been big time. You've been in that fold. So take us in the mind of a superstar athlete, young athlete coming up in the ghetto, Marcus, being approached by these people, man. These handlers,
It's
man, all these people, man.
it's easy to get with someone that's offering, something that you don't have. And if you're not grounded, you will take the bait. You will take the bait because you feeling, that I'm hurting right now. My family's struggling, so you got to be real disciplined not to do that, man. And I had a two-parent home. My mom and dad was there, and even though we were struggling, it wasn't that I had to go outside of that because I had uncles that had they had jobs that can take care of me if I needed to be. So I didn't really get caught up in that, but it is some those that did, you know, that that got caught up in that web and got the money, and now you in that relationship with that person that you got that bread from, and
That's
don't
right.
think they don't want that bread back later on.
That's the sad part, man. That watching
So
let's be specific, man. Watching DePaul.
yeah,
Watch what happened with DePaul, man. That was a big time shocker right there, man.
that that threw me a big curveball, but am I surprised that these people that's doing all this sports betting, are they preying on certain people and certain teams that they know that it's easy to get to these kids, because those smaller programs, those kids are not getting that heavy NIL money,
No, no.
so it's easy to persuade them, um, to take the bait. Look here, man. You, I know your situation, man, probably ain't as best, but man, if I throw you, you know, thirty
Ten
thousand
thousand.
dollars, ten to $30,000 in between that, and you just throw. I'm just gonna throw a number out. You throw 8 games for me, times that times 10. We're gonna do the low number. 10.
Okay.
That's $80,000.
$80,000.
For a person that probably won't see that type of money, until later on when he has a 9 to 5. Because I'm saying some of these people prey on the kids that probably, after college is it for you.
That's it.
You
That's right.
probably won't go play, professionally, because professionally people don't understand that part. The NBA it is what it is. If you make the NBA, yeah, you're pretty straight. But when you go overseas, you're not set to make a certain amount of dollars unless you played in a Power 5 conference and did your thing, and then they'll do their analytical system on that and
Right.
see where you on that pay scale where you
Right.
fit. So it's not like when I played, it was like, yeah, you played in the NBA, we're gonna give you this type of money. It's totally different now.
Totally not. Yeah, they can put your numbers in there and
Yes.
tabulate that. You see,
Yeah.
Janetta Johnson asked you a question, asked me and you a question, but I want you, because you did it. Liberty, should these college players serve any prison time? It got to be some punishment, right?
I mean, it's illegal, right? I mean, I don't wish that anyone should be, in prison, but at the same time, we have to. These young men have to know what's right and what's wrong.
That's right. That's
Right?
right.
And taking, on that responsibility of throwing a game, then it's repercussions behind that.
It's got to be some repercussions behind that. But
And
it's just going to show you how long they watch you, man.
Yeah. This has been going on for a while, right? It's what they say, 2 years?
Yeah.
Since 2023, I think they said. And to see, because I don't want I've met the kid Terry from DePaul, good dude, man. And it's like I said, it's when we don't know if people are in like desperate mode that they need the money, um, and they prey on these kids, man. I hope they get the higher ups and just slap them on the wrist. That's what.
But
That's
that
what
never happens.
that never happens.
That
But
never happens. They never get that.
that's what I'm hoping, man, because
Right.
these men, had opportunities to play in college, and get some NIL money. It might not have been a lot because DePaul was on the low pole of that, as far as the money go. And I think this is
It's just a
bad
bad
luck,
day,
man.
man. It's
Yeah,
just
bad luck,
man.
man.
But it
Bad luck.
seems like it's more and more that just going on and live, man. You can speak. You see, every commercial is gambling.
Every commercial,
Every
dude.
commercial, big dog.
Not even that, dude. Like, you can get that stuff inbox to your email now. It's like, how do they know my email address? I mean, they got everything, man. So you see all these commercials, and you got, betting on this and parlays and this and that, and
Yeah.
it's almost this whole thing, man. This generation that we're living in, this world we're living in, man. I remember sex wasn't even like shown on television. Now it's like the norm.
Oh,
So
man, it's
gambling
insane.
and sex and all this stuff, man, that we see now, man, is like it's a part of the society that they putting it out there and they not hiding it. They used to hide it,
Right.
but now it's out there, man.
Ernest D. Young said he got mixed feelings about that, bro. Y'all preaching, Doc. Keep preaching the realness.
Man, that's the only thing. That's the only way I know, man. Like I'm not. If I was in that situation, man, and someone says, man, they got a way to get in touch with me. They DM me, got in my, my Instagram email, and inbox me. I mean, on my Instagram, and start talking about, man, if you throw this game that's coming up this weekend, I'll give you $30,000. My response will be right away, no, I don't do that, because that I know something's going to come behind that, and that's why I said, if you have parents that will teach you, for one, I don't know you, so I was always taught don't even talk to strangers.
That's right. That's right.
I don't even know you, so I don't know what you about, what you own. That would be my thing. I would do some homework on that person that's trying to do that, and then I'll turn them in. Like, hey, man, this guy is trying to get me to do something that I know that's not right. But then again, like I told you, there's some people that you know, may have grown up when and the parents were, you know, young and out there in the streets, and they know, you know, what to say and how to react. And these kids see their parents, how they was moving, you know, shaking and moving out there. They gonna get that same mentality that they saw their parents have. They have their parents have a hustle mentality. That's how they gonna be thinking. You
Yeah.
know, like,
We
man,
got
so
several questions people asking you, Liv, and I want to
okay,
hit a couple of them real quick.
okay.
George Bennett said, should the educational part get revoked?
Mm. It depends, Bob, because you got to think about it. He's out of school now. This happened, you know, this
While he
happened
was in school.
while he was in school. He's out of school now, you know.
Right,
So
right,
if you can catch him at the time when this is happening, man, yes, 100%. I think they should,
right.
you know, do that because
Okay,
one, it shouldn't. It's not allowed. You know,
right,
it's in the, you know, the scholarship. You know, you should, you know, do your, you know, scholarship, your schooling, and now we got the NIL. Those are the two things that you should be, you know, worried about or thinking about, not this gambling. You know, that's not part of what the NCAA is all about. But at the same time, the NCAA is putting it out there. Now you can bet on it. You know, you can bet on colleges and, you know, and all that. So it's a double-edged sword. You know, these kids are thinking like, well, why are you guys letting other people bet on the games if we can't do it? You know,
yeah.
and it's a double-edged sword. So it's hard to really say, because I would be thinking like, damn man, if I do that, you know, it might be some. And we can even go to Pete Rose. Pete Rose never said he betted on Cincinnati Reds games. He was betting on the other games.
Right,
You know,
right,
so that's why I said, man, it's kind of, you open up that box, and now it's like, damn, anybody can try to get involved and get into this gambling field, even if you playing basketball. How many coaches you think would probably be involved in that? They haven't did no investigation, but I'm pretty sure there's some coaches that's on that low, ain't that got that big bucks,
right.
and
They
we
got some
just
of that
don't know
money
about
too,
it.
didn't they?
Yeah, we just don't know about it.
We got several people, man. They chiming in. I want to get to some of them.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm gonna come back to this one first. I want to say what Mike said, because this is along the lines of what we were talking about with the NIL, with this whole thing. Mike Kahn said, why do some players who are already receiving huge NIL money go to the limb for a few short dollars? Makes no sense. Disrespecting and compromising the integrity of the game.
I agree with him. And if it is, guys, you know, and I think this kid, Antonio Blakeney, was involved in this, you know, allegedly, you know, I heard too.
Right.
I think he's making some pretty good money overseas. And I'm pretty sure LSU gave him a nice bag when he was at LSU. You never know, man. I don't know what kids or people be thinking when somebody that throws a bag of money, you know, on the table, even though you already, like you said, already have the money.
Right.
But we just don't know because we are not them. We know who we are, but we
Right.
don't know the situations or their upbringings or how they was taught, you know, right from wrong. Some people skip those steps, man, when they're trying to raise a child, you know, and I know I was taught, you know, right from wrong from the get-go. Never wanted to be in the jail cell, never thought about stealing, never thought about, you know, cheating and doing some crazy stuff, because I know it's consequences behind those actions. But I don't know their situation. So that's why I
Right.
can't really, like, you
Hey,
know,
but hey,
comment on it.
Liv, you can speak from the average situation, from the average black
That's right.
man in America, man.
That's right. That's right. That's
And we
right.
know for a fact, black people in America be broke as hell.
Man, guys. I mean, I grew up in the projects, man. That's why I said, man,
Yeah, yeah,
if I didn't have family members that was doing, you know, had the jobs and you know, I had cousins and uncles that was in that dope game too, you know, that threw some bucks my way, but
right.
they already knew that I was
But you would
playing
take
basketball.
care of Liv. Hey,
Yeah.
we know, but you take care. Let's check Carl. I want to talk about this, and then we're gonna spin it to the league because we got a lot of people
Right.
chiming in, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Watching All Ball Chicago. Like me and Liv love doing the show. We got a good lineup coming soon. Pandora's box has been open. Every major, he said, Pandora's box been open. Every major professional team will have a franchise in Las Vegas in 5 years. Brothers have to understand we're being targeted, and this is the new capitalism. As Marcus said, just say no and maintain your NIL money.
Yeah. I agree with Carl, man, and it is what it is right now, right? You have to have a strong like family background. You know, your family has to be firm with you, like, and telling you over and over again until it sinks in. You almost got to treat your college student as a child again. You know,
right
now, baby, when when you're out there playing now, if somebody's gonna inbox you, you make sure you know that they're sincere about what they're trying to do. They might be trying to do some real serious business with you, but then there's some crooks out there that's trying to eat off you and make some money off you. So you gotta be careful.
Look what your boy Keith, man, appreciate the comment, man. Look what he said. Parents aren't parenting anymore. From the AAU circuit to transferring to prep schools and NIL monies, the parents are chasing harder than the kids. So if a kid has to watch and listen to their parents chasing the bag, then the integrity is absent when gambling money is involved as well. That's my spiel. Real talk, man.
Man, Keith, bing, bing, bing. You just hit the nail in the coffin, man, right then, because that is true, man. The people are they switching this totally up now, man, the game, from the AAU, because it's all about, what can I get now? Back in the day when we were playing, it was parents staying at their jobs. They weren't taking off work to go travel and watch you go play. They was like, you know what? I trust that coach. He's going to do right by you. You go with the coach. Hey, and here's a few dollars. I'm going to give you $25. Make sure you get something to eat, and this coach is going to look after you. Now it's like, I'm taking off work. You talking about how many coaches gonna be there? Oh man, I'm going there to network, and they're gonna have on their best outfits, male or female. All the bling bling on, so when the coaches see them, yeah, that's my son. Oh, that's your son? Oh man, yeah. Now let's talk. Let's talk behind closed doors of how we can see how much NIL money he can get.
Look what Kenny Williams said though. Kenny Williams, what's up, big dog? He said the misconception is NIL money is large. He said it's not. The average NIL deal is $5,000.
Hey, I know some people that got some big bread, and I'm hearing this from their family, but on the low ball, yes, I've seen people also get 2,500, from the smaller schools and was cool with it, but
I'd be cool with it.
But it's almost like this too, though, Bob. You got to look at it. They looking at that $500 or $2,500 and saying, if I kill and do work at this small school and put my name in the transfer portal, that 5 becomes 50 or 80 or 100 or 200.
Right.
So it is possible, But Kenny is right. It is some people out there. And I would say more so than none, because the Power Fives, schools, of course, paying the big bucks. But then what about that middle tier and that lower tier, schools? What can they afford? And that's about that $2,500 to $5,000. I done seen kids get $500, because it's not enough money.
Hey, Kenny Williams, this is another one, man. I agree. Since the inception of NIL, the NCAA has shown zero leadership. Fact is, there's no integrity if there's no governance.
Well, I also think, to take it even a step further than Kenny, my good friend Kenny Williams, is when the whistleblower, someone says something about the NCAA and their governing of the money. And I think once that happened, they said, you know what, let's keep the smoke away from us, and let's open up these NILs and let these college kids eat now.
Yeah.
Because the question will always be, you guys were NCAA and you were non-for-profit, but you guys made billions of dollars and
Right.
where did that money actually go?
Yeah, because they've been a non-for-profit forever now.
You know what I'm saying? So now when this NIL comes out and there's no like structure to it, of everybody's just going out there saying, we know they inboxing these kids. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We know these college coaches are inboxing these kids saying, here's what I can give you on the NIL.
Yeah.
You know,
Look
why
what,
they
look
still
what my man
playing.
Mike Kahn said. This kid at AJ, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, at BYU.
Oh, from
gets $7
BYU,
million a year.
yes. You know, allegedly, I don't know for sure. That's what the media put out there, that's what the
$7
kid
million
is getting.
a year.
You know, and
In
you
college.
know, and BYU hasn't been recognized as a basketball school in I don't know how long, probably since Danny Ainge. You know, but you got a lot of, you know, people that has a lot of money, you know, that graduated from those prestigious universities and says, yes, I want my program to have the #1 high school player in the country. How much you think we can give him? Oh, we can tally that up. We got such and such who's a billionaire. We got such and such who's a millionaire. We gonna hit them up and we gonna put a pool of money together. What you think we need? About 20 million? Oh yeah, 20 million. So we're gonna give the #1 player 7 million. We're gonna get this guy 2, we're gonna get this guy 1, and then it's gonna just trickle down, you know. And that's how they doing their recruiting now, man. They say they not recruiting using it, but they are.
Wow. They say Travis Hunter received $8 million in Colorado.
Yeah, man, you saw that big old house he had. Man, he was driving a Tesla and you know, had a big old house. It's these kids are professional in college. These kids are professional athletes in college.
Well, first of all, I'm glad they, first of all, I remember when California initiated that they were going to start paying their athletes, and
you was happy. I remember that. You was happy.
I was happy, man, because my sons was out there, and hopefully they would be able to be in a situation to do it. But then the NCAA got in front of it, like, okay, if California do it, and they got 25 Division I schools out there, they gonna cause everybody to go out to California. Who don't want to be in California? So the NCAA started breaking down their bylaws, man, and before you know it, like, you know, he said, there's no governance over the money.
No. What we got there?
He said, Hoops Hype said, isn't it great Dallas is honoring Mark Aguirre? It's awesome to see Mark is getting love while he's here.
Man, Dave, Hoop, man, that's our guy. Mark, Big Mark is our guy, man. We've been pushing that for a long time. And not only that, we pushing that he get in the Hall too, Hall of Fame. Because, you know, he did a lot for the game. He did a lot for a lot of Chicago kids, especially at DePaul when we was, you know, shorties watching him play at DePaul. And I'm glad Dallas is doing this, man. And it's a good time, and you know, to do it. You know, we also got TC Terry Cummings, you know, got his name mentioned to be, you know, one of the finalists for the Hall of Fame. Yeah. So what we got now?
Let's see. We got it.
Oh, he said just stay there for all the great basketball questions. Must be a lot of great basketball questions on that timeline to chime in on. Keith, again.
I would never.
I don't have my glasses on, but you got to make sure you read that for me.
I wouldn't. Keith said I wouldn't ever leave college. After 5 years, I leave school with enough money to have 20 million in the bank, a house and a degree, and 23 ready to start my career and whatever. That's a good one right there, man.
Hey, and Keith, I think it is a lot of kids thinking like that. You know, I remember reading an article about a kid. I think he went to Baylor, and he did exactly what you said. He knew somebody, one of the teammates that had a parent that was into real estate, and he had some hotels, and he told the kid to invest his money in the hotels. And the kid is now making a whole lot of money. I don't even hear nothing about the kid anymore as far as basketball. Cool. I don't even think he's playing. So I think he went into that business side of using that money too. You know, if you think like that, man, you can't be successful. And I think that's a good thing. So somebody should actually educate. I don't know if they're doing it. They might be already doing it. Educating these kids on how that money can work for you, and not just spend, and go get all the fancy jewelry and these nice cars. Houses I'm okay with because that's an investment. But, you know, jewelry and these, all these fancy cars, that's not a good investment.
Nah, I was gonna try to get back because we had a lot of NBA stuff and we wasn't on that yet because we was on the NIL stuff. So we'll touch on some of the NBA stuff that y'all were posting up. Like Dion Hoospage said, "What's y'all thoughts on Steve Kerr not playing Kuminga? Are the Warriors wasting Curry's talent?"
I haven't really like watched them that much, Bobby. But if you're gonna not trade the kid, and then you're gonna give him a nice little bag, and then, you know, not play him, you sit him on the bench, you know. And early on, you was playing this kid a lot when you drafted him the first couple of years. You were playing this kid a whole lot, and then you just want to know what is really going on, because it has to be something behind closed doors that we don't know about by this.
Hey, Liv, let's talk from your experiences, man, with coaches, man. Do you think it's a conflict between him and Steve potentially? Hypothetically.
If I was in that situation, you know, I would definitely want to find out, you know, what is the problem with you, coach? If you're gonna give me this money and then you believed in me early on, I think, and I'm just gonna say this, I think what happens to a lot of, I don't think he's a 3-point shooter, and I think he do shoot a lot of threes, right?
Right.
I think the 3-point shot and how they evaluate kids now is all about, can you give me a paint touch and can you shoot the 3 ball, right? Those are the two things that's going on in college, that's going on in the pros, the NBA. And I think when we played, and I'm not trying to really compare the two, but basketball is basketball. You should, if I can shoot this 1 dribble or 2 dribble pull up, I should be able to do that. But when you water it down and say you can't do that no more, you're taking away some creativity that some of these players may have, you know, because you're telling them, go to the basket, make sure you look for the corners or that 45-degree pass so you can hook pass it back out to that guy for a 3. Right. Now, we all know who's those 3-point shooters really are in the NBA. It's not that many. It's not that many.
It's not.
You know, but they all shooting them. So it's kind of hard, man. It's kind of hard to play this game, you know. And I think Kuminga has gotten caught up in that because he is a slasher. You know that. Right. We know that. He's a slasher. And I think
he's like Iguodala. Now, he's more like a Barbosa type, right?
Yeah, so they're taking that creativity away from him, though, too.
Yeah.
Because now he wants to sit out there and shoot threes because that's what they're telling him.
Right.
And Steve Kerr know damn well that kid ain't no 3-point shooter.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. There's something going on there. Check this out. He said, we got to move to this next one. Here we go, Galib. This is some of the basketball stuff. He said, what's up with y'all, Chicago man, Isaiah Thomas? Isaiah is beefing with himself at this point. I'm sure y'all love Zeke, but he got to move on, right?
Now, what is he talking about, Bob? Fill me in on.
He's talking about the Michael Jordan thing.
You know, man, egos is a big problem with everybody. Especially when you have success on every level. Right. You know, Isaiah Thomas had success on every level, you know, he's played, you know. So that ego is hard, man. You're fighting those little demons that you probably had. Like, man, why is people talking about Michael Jordan as the GOAT and he's doing this and that? Man, Isaiah, we know Isaiah Thomas had a hell of a career. right? We know Michael Jordan had a hell of a career. We see that LeBron James is having a hell of a career. You know, Kobe Bryant, a hell of a career. So why are we talking about guys in each other that had both of them had a hell of a careers? You know, and I just I don't get involved with that stuff, man. You know, people be trying to pull me in on certain things on a high school, thing in Chicago. But you really look at it, man, my numbers don't lie. You know, the championship's gonna be still there. So you go back and look at it. You know, I ain't gotta be talking about it. Shit, go look at it.
I'm trying to find. Somebody told me to get Pooh's question. I'm trying to find Pooh's question on here. Okay, here it is right here. I'm going back, y'all, in the crates. All right, here we go. Pooh's question.
Okay.
I'm happy y'all show back. I wanted to ask you all, is Rich Paul out of line talking about trading Reeves for Jaren Jackson? Then Bron tried to act like he don't know nothing. I never seen this before. Never seen this. So you saw Rich Paul came out. Yeah, he talking about trading Austin Reeves for Jaren Jackson. And then they asked Bron about it, and they was asking Bron about it, and Bron tried to act like he didn't know nothing about it.
So is he representing both players?
I don't know, man.
You know, that's what because to me, when you're talking about somebody that's being represented by another player and then you coming out and you don't represent that player, you coming out, that's trying to show that you got power. You know, and that should never be the case, because you're not if you're representing both of them, I can see, yeah, I'm trying to get both of my guys, you know, an opportunity to play, you know. But Reeves is doing his thing. Jaren Jackson, you know, he's over at Memphis, and that's, you know, that's a need, right? Rich Paul is looking at it like LeBron needs a power forward or center, man, you know. So we got to make this publicly and say whatever I need to say. I don't think that's right, because to me that's tampering with another kid that's being represented by a totally different agency. So you shouldn't be out there talking about anything. You should be worried about your clients and your clients only.
Okay, my man Lamar, he said Rich reps Bron, and they said Reeves' agent confronted him at the last Lakers game in a heated exchange.
Oh, see, now we talking. Lamar, so now we talking, man. So that's what happened. See, I that's what I was thinking. I was like, is he being represented? Reeves is represented by Chris Paul. So now we know he's not. And that agent didn't like that, you know, because his client is happy probably where he's at. So why are you talking about?
You think he ain't happy? I'm gonna go back. Somebody else said something about that whole Austin Reeves and Luka.
Yeah, that's not cool, man. You know, that's that power trip too, man. Like, man, I represent, you know, majority of the guys that's getting all the bread in the NBA, so I can say what I want to say and how I want to say it. Nah,
right.
It's not cool.
Here's one. Did y'all see KG say LeBron James ruined the All-Star game when he wouldn't go at Kobe?
Yep, I did see that. I was laughing at KG because, you know, one thing I like about KG, I know we're gonna talk about this too. KG gonna speak his mind, man. I remember one time KG was like, man, LeBron James, you know, he dunked on somebody at 40-something years old. He jumping over the backboard and doing this and that. Man, what are y'all talking about? And now he's like, that's why I said he don't like try to pick sides, man. But I remember that All-Star game and Kobe, Kobe. We all know Kobe has always been serious when he stepped on the court, man. It don't matter if he's playing an All-Star game, pickup game somewhere. I think LeBron James was like, man, I know Kobe. I ain't about to try to shake and bake and do all this stuff on this dude. And they take that pill from me and he go down and dunk that ball.
In that All-Star game?
In an All-Star game, that wouldn't be cool. So let me go ahead and defer this. Let me pass this ball away. I don't want it.
Well, he did it one year in the All-Star game when he blocked Bron's shot and went down and dunked on him and then hit him on his ass. Remember that one? So Bron tried to chase him down. Kobe waited him out too. Them was the classic dunks, Liv.
Yeah,
You ever waited on somebody?
yeah. No, man, I go ahead and get the bucket, man. I don't, man, I ain't trying to. I mean, some people, they can, they thrive on that stuff, man. I didn't. Nah. It's but yeah, I think that's what exactly happened. I think LeBron James is like, man, I ain't trying to get on that. I think younger LeBron probably would have stepped up and said, all right, let's do it, but
Right.
I don't think LeBron wanted that smoke at that time.
Okay, let's see what this one he said. Hoop Central, Reed and Liberty. Rich Paul getting Reeves out of there means Bron gets the ball back in his hands. With Reeves there, Bron's the third option. You think they really trying to continue to feature LeBron at this age? Do you really think Bron wants that ball like that? Still?
My thing is, even if LeBron gets that ball, he ain't the same LeBron James that he was 5 years ago.
Right.
He would probably get tired. For one, you dribbling the ball up and you got to try to score too. You got to be the facilitator. I don't know, man. I don't think LeBron James is that dude like that anymore that can do that. He said it before, like, man, I'm not playing back-to-back games.
Right.
He came up publicly and said that. So why would he want to get rid of him? And then you don't even play in all the games. Don't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the Lakers. That would be the Lakers getting back into the lottery pick, the sweepstakes again. Because if you're not going to play back-to-back games, why would you want to get rid of a player that can get you a basket?
Let me. I want to chime in on something, Liv. This is what came to my mind, and it slipped my mind. And when we was talking about Mark Aguirre, This is what I heard. Allegedly.
Okay.
They want to go and retire Mark Aguirre's jersey as a Dallas Maverick because they're going to move the franchise to Las Vegas.
Wow. Well, I do know the owners are in that business, right?
Yeah.
Of casinos.
Yes, indeed.
So I don't know about the part about Mark, let's retire him as a Maverick, before it's too late.
Yeah, man, they closed the door on the franchise, man.
If that's the case,
that's why they traded Luka.
That's another topic, if you feel that is what happened, let's get rid of Luka because we don't want to spend the big bucks on him.
Well, they wanted to put a casino there,
right?
And then,
so
allegedly,
Luka didn't want the casino.
No, the people in Dallas didn't want the casino.
So the owner wanted to make the fans mad and say, let's trade the star player.
Trade your star player, tank the team out, and move it. We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
That's a bull. If that happened like that, that's some bull. That's some petty shit.
That's petty, right?
Man, you're not gonna let me get a team, and the fans are mad, and so I'm gonna. And then you guess who you get rid of after that? You get rid of a guy, Nico Harris, who probably has nothing to do with none of that. I drafted.
Man. That's what I'm saying.
They used him as the scapegoat, man. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. You notice Nico kept his cool the whole time.
Yeah.
He never displayed any sign of.
He's getting his bag. Yeah.
You
got something else?
Nah.
So you saying that team is Dallas going to be moving to Vegas, huh?
Yeah. I'm willing to bet within another two years. Y'all think Terry Cummings going to get in the Naismith Hall? I think he's on the ballot, but I think it's only a certain amount of years that gets in. I think this is going to be his year. Because I think what happens is once people start talking about you on social media and your name start ringing and stuff like that, and he's been giving back, going back in the community. Because remember, Lee Cummings alluded to that. Like it
What
seems
is
like they follow that.
what is the criteria to get in the hall? See, and is it how many All-Star games and how many
To be in the Naismith
first
Hall of
team,
Fame, right?
yeah, first teamers, second teamers. You have to be, I'm pretty sure you got to get some awards and do some things to get recognized as a basketball player. I don't know how the other people get in as far as doing, community work or what have you. But yeah, man, it's interesting, man. That's what I said, man. We living in a interesting basketball slash life, that these kids and people are seeing people get in trouble on, certain things, gambling and relationships. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of craziness is going on right now.
Okay, here's the criteria to enter the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Candidates must meet specific retirement or service criteria. Players retired 4 years, coaches, referees 25 years or 4 years post-retirement, and have made significant contributions with different pathways for players, coaches, referees, and contributors. Though exact standards are debated and evolve, focusing on dominance, impact, and achievement that elevate the sport.
Okay.
A whole lot of nothing they just basically said there. A whole lot of nothing they just basically said.
Oh man. Man, I also wanted to talk about your show, man. You got your individual show too. And
the late night.
The late night, and you had a basketball coach, high school basketball coach on.
Eddie Chapman.
Eddie Chapman. And then you had one on before that, Collins coach.
Yeah. Coach
Russell.
Coach Donald Russell.
Yeah,
Coach Donald Russell. Donald Russell, man, I tell you what, man, he's a great guy. He's a great coach. He spoke his mind, man. And that's one thing I tell people when people do these podcasts. You don't know where people are going to go with it. And when they get to going, you just continue to get them opportunity to get it out. But that don't make, everything, make it right. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I got to say this to you, though, man. Randy Brown is a good friend of mine. And you took it down. You took that video down, man. And I was like, man, that's classy right there, what you did, man, because Randy is my man, and Coach Russell probably the same way. Good man. He wasn't trying to, no harm, I'm assuming, but I think, sometimes we just have to talk to each other over the phone before we put, certain things out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, Randy.
Hell yeah, I pulled that damn thing down all over. You can't find it nowhere.
No, okay.
And I appreciate you calling me, putting his brother on the phone, man.
Man.
That was a great conversation yesterday. What's his name? Al, right?
Yes.
And then I talked to his other brother, man. I had a chance to talk to him too. I was saying Gerald, right?
No, his older brother name is not Gerald.
No, not Gerald. Damn.
Is it William?
No, man.
Walter, there you go.
Walter Brown. Good brother, man. Great heart. I'm gonna circle back on him because I want to get him on to talk about
You should do a show. You should do a show on the Browns. Yeah. All of the brothers, man. They had a basketball family,
man. Well, I mean, we can bring him on here. We can bring him on here.
We can bring him on All Ball Chicago too. Yeah.
That was out.
Yeah, we let them out. I'll reach out to Al and tell them to set it up, man, and get the Browns on here, man, and just talk about their upbringings and how their parents, how they were with them as, shorties growing up, man, because I love to hear those type of stories, man.
Yeah. Meet the Browns, baby. Meet the Browns.
Same thing with you, man. Like, man, I hear you talking, man. You be like, man, I was cold with it, Liv. Didn't nobody want to mess with me, Liv. I had the nastiest crossover. I'm like, man, Bob, And then I hear some people talking about him. I said, shit, he really was that dude.
Hey man, I'm
You
telling you, that's
know,
why
so,
I admire you and Jamie Brandon so much, because y'all was two of the only young niggas I really seen get the full. You, Jamie Brandon, and Tim Baxter was the youngest niggas I seen get the full capacity of their game in high school. Y'all was able to,
yeah. Figure out. Man,
y'all got
man,
the
you don't
full
see
capacity.
nobody. Ain't a lot of coaches letting kids. Ain't a lot of high school coaches back then. Not a lot of was letting kids be themselves. Right?
No.
And you see it now. Man, you got people, man, dribbling in the air out that motherfucker. You know.
Oh my God, man. They get their roll off now though.
Oh
Everybody
man.
get to shoot the
Oh
three
yeah,
too.
man. Ding, ding, ding. You get one. You get a car. You get a car. You get a car. Man, shit. Man.
What's up,
Oh,
Bo
my
Rad?
man, Bo Rad, man.
Man, let's get Bo Rad back on, man. Bo Rad, man, you got to come back on, come on back on, man, and keep us up to date, man. Bo Rad, no,
that's Mr. I call him. I'm gonna call him Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful. You dig? Man, we got the chicken, we got the ribs going on over here, baby. We got the stars in here, baby. You know, Bo Rad, baby. That's my guy, man.
I know. I met him through you, man. I love Bo Rad, man, since, man.
That's my man. That's my man. You know. And I saw y'all drop his name last night on the show, on the late night show too.
Yeah, man, we gotta show Bo Rad some love.
You
know. But
I
was impressed with Eddie Chapman, man, because I've been seeing him around forever. You know how you see people around, and you go, hey, who is he? I don't know him, but he's around all the time. And then I had that conversation with him, was like, damn, bro, you know everybody. Yeah. And Chicago is so close-knit when it comes to that basketball world, man.
Oh, man. Crazy. Somebody gonna know somebody, right? And know exactly how to find them too, right?
Right.
And I used to see, you know, Eddie around a lot too. But I was a quiet kid, so I ain't really talk too much to people, man.
Right.
I would be cool with them now. I'll give them dap and all this, but I wasn't long-winded. Like I wanted to talk a lot, you know. Shit, now you can't keep me. You can't shut me up.
Shut this nigga roll up.
But that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing because I was watching a lot of people and I was getting information from people without me even saying something. You know, I was learning things without me even saying something. I was watching how certain people move, you know, and saying, I don't want to be that type of dude, you know. So I understood that, man, as I was a youngster growing up in the hood of Chicago, you know, on that low end, man, and seeing people, you know, get their lives taken and losing a lot, you know, because of the mistakes or the situations they put themselves in.
Yeah. Keith said we can get ready to get up out of here too, man, because I know you got a meeting.
Yeah.
Doc, he said, Doc, Ephraim, Ronnie Fields, and Benji were the best players I seen play with my naked eyes. Pure beast. There you go, Keith. I'm telling you, man, it's something to see a high school kid get his full roll off. That was not happening, Marcus. That's why when I saw you, I was like, damn, they letting him get that boy off the court, off the board and go. I said, man, this is crazy right here.
But I also think, Bob, and this happened, even when I was at Crane High School, I was the same type of player. That coach over there at Crane let me do my thing too over there because I'm showing it in practice.
Right.
You know? And I think it's a difference, you know, when that coach lets you, because that's when you're doing all your coaching really in practice. When that coach is letting me do my thing in practice, I already knew that was going to transfer to the game because that's what I was doing. Right. You know, so if you're not doing that and the coach is not letting you do it, hell no, he's not going to let you do it now in the game.
Right.
Because you're going to be like, I ain't let you get your roll off in practice. I ain't let you get your thing in practice. So why the hell you think I'm going to let you do it in the game?
Right. Man, that's right. Because most of them practices was definitely consistent with the game. No
That's
question.
Right. That's right. That's right.
He said you was in Madden Park killing niggas.
Facts.
You did not have to talk.
That's that low end, baby. That's that low end, man. Hey, I remember times, man, and people, back then, it was cool. Now, man, you don't know what's gonna happen to you if you walk. I used to walk some days, man, because I didn't want to get on the bus. I
Right,
used to walk from King High School all the way back home, right?
right,
Down to King Drive and Cottage Grove, because I knew I was gonna know some people anyway. So
yeah,
I would do it just to be doing it to see people, like
right,
stopping out of Be Well because I know some people, stop on Stateway, because people, it was
right.
just me, just like
Yeah,
being
back then
me,
you
man.
could do that, man.
You
Back
could do
then, I
that.
mean, I used to walk from 103rd to 111th. You got to figure. I lived on 102nd and walked to Mendel sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
I ain't want to take the bus. I just take walk. I'm gonna keep
yeah.
this my
That's
lunch
right.
money. I want to keep this
That's
money
right.
because mama ain't gonna give me no more. I gotta keep this. This is
Yeah.
my snack money. So
But then that bus drives by, and somebody on that bus, and they hollering out the window, "Doc Liv, what you doing, boy?" Like, what the hell you doing out here walking, boy? Like, come on, man, I'm good, man. Oh,
we're gonna have to get up out of here though, man, because the
man,
alarm
no,
going
that's
off
it.
in my
I'm
stomach,
glad.
man.
I'm glad we came back today, man, and I appreciate all the people that chimed in, man, too, that listening to us, man. We got some big things coming up too, because we got a young man that's going to be coming on our show too about the HBCU thing. So,
Yeah. And what was my
we got
man name at Dunbar? We was just talking about. We're gonna get on
Smallwood.
Smallwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
We
gonna
got
get
to get our
Smallwood
man
on.
on.
We got
Yeah.
Darius Clemens coming. We got Bobby Simmons coming. Not Bobby. Yeah, not Bobby Simmons. Lance Williams. I'm gonna follow up with all of them, man, and we're gonna line them up. But until
Yeah.
then, man, we gotta get up out of here, man. I'm your host, Robert Bobby Reed, and we got the legend. We got the NBA veteran, the McDonald All-American Liv. What else you got for him, baby dog?
Man, I'm about to go to a practice actually, man, and help this guy out on how to break a 3-2. So I'm in my basketball mode, man, of going to help, man. I'm giving back, man, to these youngsters, man. So
That's
what I
what's
got.
up, man. That's what's up. Well, y'all, we gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Y'all be safe out there.
Peace.
Peace. I wish I knew how to play the music. Where that music at?